good afternoon, or good morning, or good evening. I guess usually we have people all over the place. Welcome to the second THG bi-monthly, well, every other month live stream for updates in progress. Gotta do our usual THG thing and say, if you can hear me, say hello, because we are noobs when it comes to streaming still. But we are here and we're going to talk about stuff. With you today is myself, Matthew DeWinkler, executive producer and historian, I guess, at THG. And also we have Kyle Hudak. Hi, Kyle.
Hello, Matt. Hello, everyone.
Hopefully we can hear Kyle fine and me fine. Kyle is our,
Hopefully there's
yeah,
hopefully there's no echo either.
that's true. There shouldn't be any sound coming out of my headset. But anyway, yeah, Kyle is our lead modeler, main research guy, everything. So, if you're here, you know who we are. So it's nice to see you. And what are we going to do today, Kyle? Because this is all your baby, kind of.
We are going to check out first the latest updates. We're going to run through some images, screenshots, that kind of thing, just to
Yeah.
look at what the latest is there that we got for models, what's in the alpha that's new, and then we're going to jump into the alpha itself and take a look at all this stuff.
Yes. So it's going to be lots of checking out of lots of pictures. We have a lot of pictures for you, Kyle. I've started, and you can see that it's the very first picture. I don't know when you're going to be able to see it because he's on a delay. Is your Titanic with people on it and scaffolding. So we want to get
Yes.
through. Yeah, we want to get through the first set fast because we have a lot of pictures, and some of the pictures are just updates of what's in the newest alpha build in general, which you're going to see live. Kyle, when does that alpha build get released, and to whom?
Well, at the moment, the latest, if you go to that, somebody could paste that link in there in the chat.
Oh God, I don't know.
There is the latest build has a lot of the stuff you're going to see in here today on the stream is in the latest build that's available to download. However, of course, it's currently in early access for patrons, like all levels of THG patrons, Stokers and up, and it will be in that state until sometime, I believe, next week, at latest next weekend. But we're working on getting things finished up for the latest update, which will then, once it's out of this early access, it's going to go public, and then you'll all be able to see all of this stuff that's in here. Not everything that you're going to see on the stream today is currently in what you can download, so I would suggest waiting, I don't know, a little bit, maybe a few days before you do that, but a few more of the things that are in here are going to go into that early access phase. But for now, although this stuff you're looking at now with the ship, all the boards and stuff, that is fully public. You can walk around the ship using these boards now. If you download the latest version,
The link is now in the chat. I know a lot of people are waiting for Steam, and we do have an update on our Steam release. We are currently in the. If you've ever created a game and put it on Steam, it has to go through a few jumps and hurdles. We've uploaded a build to Steam Labs, and it's pending their review. So once they say, "Oh, this is an actual game file, whatever," and approve of that, we will. I don't know if we're going to probably update that build, which will be instance or whatever, or we'll just release it as that. Depending on how long it takes, there is an idea of when to release this, when the Steam release is going to be. And it's going to be on an important
Yeah.
Titanic Day, everybody. Spoiler alert, I hope. Yes.
I have no idea what that is.
What's an important Titanic Day coming up? Okay, anyway. So, yes.
One quick note about Steam is that this is actually going on to Steam playtest.
Right.
Not like the Steam, the full Steam version. That's been the plan all along, but I don't think we've made that clear. So I'm making that clear now. It's going up to Steam playtest.
Steam playtest. There's different ways to upload your game to Steam. Directly to Steam if you're a big company, because I guess now there's never going to be any more hard copies of games, I guess, or whatever, depending on which system you have. and you can just upload your game directly to Steam for release, or you can have like an alpha version, a playtest version. That's what we're doing, and so that avoids a lot of issues later on down the line. And then look at that, there's our friend from Historic Travels. So what's the new? Hey guys, hope you're doing well. We are, thank you. It's good. I hope to see you soon. So what's the new plan with the game? Are we going through the Titanic complete timeline, just exploration game? Will we have a sinking at some point? Thanks. Well, right now it's the focus is on getting our ship built so that you can explore, and then we'll see what happens afterwards. I think that's the fastest way to explain what's gone down with the game. It's
Yeah, I mean that was the whole point of the the new direction,
yeah,
way back in the day. There, God, already 5 years, but
yeah.
we didn't want to saddle ourselves with like trying to do a full AAA game, um, full voyage story, massive real time syncing. So we just stripped it down to let's just do the minimal stuff. And obviously, you have things like the shipyard and all that that
Whoops.
are here as well. It's not like the most stripped down minimal thing you can do, but like something doing like a story and all that. That is so heavy, so beyond anything that we can currently like do at the moment that we need before we can even do any of that, even if we could, we have to finish the ship. So, we're
And
just
then we'll see what
trying.
happens.
And once we're at that point far enough along, we can see what happens.
I can tell you though, there's no Californian DLC planned. Just
Yes,
letting
there are no
I
DLCs at
see.
all. There's no Californian DLC. There's no Blue Citania. There's nothing like that.
No. Remember, we just love ships. So what is? I think we have to always sum up a lot of different things, just because. So one of the things to sum up is why is there Harlan and Wolf sheds and shipyard installed? Kyle, why is this all here?
Well, because even focusing 100% on the ship, it's going to take kind of a little while to get it done. And in the meantime, we have a bunch of other stuff that's being made. Like, so, I mean, for one thing, it's going to take a while to like do all the structural stuff and all the like the rooms and paneling and all that. And then at the same time, we have all these things being made, these furnishings, and like you're
Mhm.
seeing on the screen right now in the shed, we've got all these objects on display, the steering wheel and all that, and helm. And we it's going to be a bit before that all that stuff can be installed onto the ship, like in the game. So how could we? What can we do with that? The thing is, we like to have fun here. So what's more fun than displaying taking the ship that's it's under work in progress. It's being built up, almost in the same way that it would have been built in real life, and putting
Mhm.
that on the gantry, and the gantry itself being this really big, cool thing that was part of Titanic's history, and then taking all these other objects and and putting them in these sheds that have to be like around the area, and to make like a complete scene, and being able to like explore the ship and its history and the way it was built in this kind of interactive way. And and then you have the offices there, and we have our own uses for that, and you'll see in here as well, like displaying plans, like the plans we made and things like that, and eventually like other information that you can get on THG and how the ship was built, and specifically how we're going to build it.
Right.
Up in there, you'll be able to like see this information, and it's just the shipyard is the context in which we can like display the work that we're doing long before it's like fully finalized. So you won't have to wait until the whole ship is done, or until this or that is done, to like look at that piano or look at any of this other stuff that's in here.
Yeah, because you can still explore Titanic in a sense in our past demos, uh, but all of our updated models for the sake of accuracy, detailing, optimization, etc. You can't go into the B deck reception room yet. It's just an empty shell, so you
Yeah.
can't see the new piano that we're going to add. You can't see the changes to the paneling. It's no longer a flat texture. It's now a 3D texture. You can see it uh, in the yard, in the sheds, where they would essentially the same place where they'd be built, just in digital worlds. You can see it now and explore it now because you're going to be seeing the same detail in the final ship. Now,
Yeah.
Yeah,
And something else, something else to mention is that, it's like I said just a little bit ago. Theoretically, we could do the same thing, like having the ship structure there under progress, having these objects laid out. Theoretically, we could do that like in a void or some other simple scene, but frankly, this is just more fun, and we like to have fun. So there you go. I mean,
yeah,
this is a far more interesting way to like explore the construction of the ship and how we're doing it in the context of all of this than anything else, quite
yeah.
frankly.
Oh, drop my
Fun.
controller.
Like you look at this, and you look at these objects sitting here, and you look at the ship and the gantry, and it's like, wow.
So yeah, you could see this. This could be these objects could be displayed on an empty plane or a sand flat, as you had once, or salt flat rather, Kyle, that you had once. But instead you can see it in something that's more contextual.
I
Uh,
don't know if people remember the salt flat in the
I remember the
earliest
salt.
days of the structural model. I would have it displayed in these screenshots in this like really bright salt flat, and it was really weird and alien almost. It was kind of cool, and it
Yeah.
was good for viewing the ship like without distractions around it because the
Oh,
gantry is quite busy.
Sam,
But
thanks again for the another $5. Sorry that we gave you a heart attack with the body inside the electric bath in demo 401. That was an homage to our favorite game, as we all know, but that was not the body of Willie Haderlitz. Wasn't the body
it was
Ismay.
an old yeah, it was an old model of Ismay that we used
It
to
was
have.
it was Ismay San's mustache. So yeah, it wasn't our attempt of saying like this is what we think of the White Star Line and J. Bruce Ismay or anything. It was just that's the only NPC we had at the time. So yes. No,
Oh,
I'm
the
gonna go
images.
back to this one. I'm gonna
Oh,
talk about this, Kyle. The first mock-up that you have here of the beds and
oh
everything on the walls.
yes, the beds mock up. If you want to talk about that, go ahead.
Sure. So a little bit of contextual history of Harlan and Wolff and how they built the ships a bit. Most of the photographs of first class cabins that you see that don't show you a porthole or they're not a fancy period suite or something, just the simple white cabins with the beds and all the furniture. Those aren't really on Titanic. Those are photographs that were taken in the fitting out sheds to give an idea of what the cabins are going to look like. So we are doing the same thing essentially here because Harlan Wolff used some of their sheds to display objects before being put on the ship. We're going to do it the exact same way, and that's where we have the concept of putting cabins, just the plain paneling and all the cabin fittings furnished out like the rooms would be on the ship. Because the things that we modeled first and prioritized were all the objects that are used throughout the ship all over the place. Not these, which is now uh, just a nice model that Steven made of the radiator grills in the first class lounge. But there's lots of cabins, cabins upon cabins upon cabins. So we have all the we have redone and made the cabin fittings the way that we want them to be, so they don't have to ever be made again. And now we're going to see them in the sheds laid out in a cabin format, unlike not unlike what they did in 1911, 1912, 1908, whatever. So yes, we're going to see some more of those. We're going to talk about them, and we're going to be able to talk about some of the I guess we can call it the very first cabin that is done for THG 3.0, 4. Whatever point 0 this is. There's going to be some progress shown on the very first blockouts of the ship, and I see someone asking, "Where's James Penka? He's on vacation. He's with his family, so we didn't ask him to be part of this right now. Sorry, everybody, but we all miss him. He's in his home state. Is he from Ohio originally? Well, he's in Ohio. That's where he is right now. So yes,
Yeah, I believe Cleveland.
yes, Cleveland. So, continuing with what we're seeing until we get to the interesting. It's all interesting, but these cabin fans were made in 2021. It was like one of the very first models that were redone for THG proper. Now, if you go back to the, I think they're in Demo 401. If you go back to Demo 401, you're going to find some fans scattered around the ship in public rooms and cabins, and you can look at them and you can see what the poly count is on them, and they're kind of everything is blocky AF, as I would say. Sorry, uh, because they were all made in SketchUp, and I made it with the mindset like, oh, this doesn't need to be detailed. We're not going to see it that close up. And the before and after, which I wanted to highlight in a video, but we changed everything, is totally night and day. So like everything were textures. Now we're trying to avoid like relying on textures for objects because that's what creates the high uh, memory count of the game. It's what if we have tons of textures that were is what the game relies on to make your scene, make your object. It's just it runs slower. So for instance, I know we want to make a new pineapple for the Grand Staircase because the original pineapple has like a couple of textures. And now the new pineapple will be just completely carving, and it will be more optimized and run better, so that people, when they play this, it won't explode their computers, which is always the meme.
And we're currently looking at well, I don't know if that's still on the screen. The helm, the beautiful helm made by
Say
one
goodbye
of
to
our
it.
modelers, Jordan.
And now it's going to go to the first class Turkish bath lamp, which we have in Demo 4.1, but you can't look that close up at it. It's on the ceiling, so you can't see the nice detail in it, but now you can.
Yeah, that's another thing too. Like this kind of setting allows you to look at objects that you would never be able to see in this way
Yeah.
on the ship.
Do we have to remodel all the SketchUp models from scratch, Kyle?
Not maybe not strictly. A lot of times it's just like cleaning them up, updating them, maybe increasing the poly count or adding bevels and things like that. It doesn't always strictly have to be totally remodeled.
You're right. There's things that I modeled and that Geo modeled, and who else uses SketchUp? Mate have modeled, and depending on the way that they were modeled, the 2010 era Matt did not model things for games. Geo generally doesn't model items for gameplay because Geo creates renders on his own time, and his renders are also for it gives us like a visualization of what the ship should look like, which areas of the ship should look like.
Yeah,
Um,
Geo on the
mhm.
point of Geo, he makes a lot of rooms. Like he has a lot of things that are modeled.
He has the whole
But
ship done.
yeah, basically, he practically does have the whole ship.
Yeah,
No, not literally. Most of
no,
it he doesn't, but he has a lot of areas, a lot of cabins, staterooms, and all that, all the different styles. And it's it can't be game ready. I mean, because it's the way he makes it. And there's that meme. We're not
that's
going to
that
post the
meme.
meme,
Well, I always
but
post that meme, but yeah,
it's it's made for renders really. But we're able to like use his models. He's on our team and all that, so we are able to use his models as reference for making these other things. Maybe
oh,
he's really
spammers.
good at figuring out dimensions of like maybe a chair or something. So we send that chair model that he made
Yes.
to one of our other modelers, and then they'll trace over it with a new mesh. And maybe some of the stuff he makes can be like
Hmm.
fixed up and cleaned directly, but it's very useful to have that work and research done ahead of time for making the final objects.
Right. Yeah. The same can be done with some of my models. They can be used as a reference and given to a modeler to have like the size of something correct, and then uh, one of the modelers, Daniel, Vicente, Phil, Jordan, Donald, Stephen. I'm probably missing somebody. Seba, even Mate. They are able to add details that the quote unquote Mateo, sorry, the quote unquote Titanic modelers like me and Geo cannot add in SketchUp because, like for instance, we're going to get to it at some point in this slideshow. Uh, we sent a model to one of the modelers, and Kyle pointed out that they needed to bevel the edges. And that's because there's a reason for
Yeah,
that, to make it look better in the game engine versus how we actually model it in SketchUp, and then
yeah,
how they. And
and it's yeah, because if you don't bevel the edges, um, things tend to look flatter. I mean, like in real, like I was looking at that photo of of that cabin and the
Hmm.
paneling, and like even in the photo, you see the stuff that was sharp on the model. Like everything has a soft, rounded edge, partly because the wood itself carved isn't perfectly sharp on the edges, but then they paint it, and that paint makes it very soft. It softens all the edges, and you see the way the light plays off of all of these corners and edges and stuff. And you need the bevels in order to like simulate that
Yeah,
and like make it look more realistic and deeper. And so that's so we're so then that's something we're kind of doing here is that I don't think the images I sent Matt for this, I don't think they have
I don't think they
this
do.
latest cabin that was this first cabin that's like quote unquote done. And but that cabin is something else I would like to get into the alpha here for its for the bigger public release of this update,
Yeah, just
in
like a
like a
mock-up.
week or so.
Hmm. And again, the goal of making these objects, some that have already been done, some that have not been done. The reason to do it like this, at this high level of detail and this optimization and other fancy words that in game development, is so that we never have to make them again, and that THG is done for now and eternity. Uh,
Yeah, that's a really really big thing. Like it's I mean, not to use a term that's maybe overused, but it really is future proofing. Like it doesn't really matter whatever comes down the pipeline in the future. Like it's already as good as it possibly can be. It's as good as we need.
yeah,
And
like
if yeah, and so we can, and it gives us the option of like if we need to, we can decrease the poly counts on stuff.
oh yeah, that's true. Like some of these
And that can
objects,
and that
let's
can
talk
even
about it.
and because of the way nanite works, I believe that can also be set in the engine. Like we can put a upper limit on it, and the way we can kind of do that with textures too.
Yeah, so we're doing it this way now so that you know, uh, we don't have plans to jump to like a different game engine suddenly again. I know
No.
that's a joke. That's a joke. It's true. Oh, that picture doesn't fit the whole thing. Uh, uh, and especially so that more people can play it with their computers, not glitching out and going crazy. Kyle, I have to say that this version, or not even, I'm jumping ahead. My alpha version is running fine on my computer, even with OBS running and everything. So just take
Yeah,
that as a grain of
the
salt.
latest build I sent you, I actually deleted that smoke that was coming out of the smokestacks in
I did
previous
notice that.
builds.
Is that probably? Yeah, Jack's always had like smoke that's
I have a
crazy. Yeah,
suspicion that that might have helped a little bit.
I
So
think so. Yeah.
if you saw smoke, you're not going to see that again for a while, and we got to
Uh,
figure out a better
there's
way to do that. But
yeah,
I
we'll talk to Jack about it maybe.
I want to run some other tests. I want to run through the alpha and, for one thing, decrease the max size of a bunch of textures
Yes.
uh, and see if that does anything. But I also want to I want to do a quick test build where I delete the water and see if that gives a big boost in performance. And if it does, we'll need to replace the water with something more performant.
Okay. I guess everyone, we're now in a THG team call because I'm gonna ask Kyle some questions. Did did you get the new water that Jack I burped. Uh, we bought for Jack.
No, no, yeah, I didn't grab that yet.
Okay,
But
so that water I think is Jack was stressing out to me that this is like more of like engine efficient, and he's like, Kyle needs this water, and it looks much better. So let's talk to Jack about
okay,
smoke and
okay,
water.
I'll check into that after I do the test with the water.
Okay,
Yeah.
some questions that I want. I see some questions from our friends in the chat. I want to look at them. Matt, do you remember Fabricio 3D? I do, of course, remember Fabricio 3D from the SketchUp warehouse, by the way, or the Google warehouse. Sorry, it's not SketchUp, or yeah, it's not Google SketchUp warehouse. It's not the SketchUp. I don't know what it is. Tribble, or whatever. Trumbull. Um, see this. Thank you. Is one of the main reasons you transitioned away from SketchUp because of the awkwardness and compatibility with Unreal? That's one of the reasons. There's a couple of reasons. I mean, SketchUp is great for architectural modeling, I guess you can say. I started with it because I was almost going to university for architecture and didn't, so I had like an idea of how to use it. Unfortunately, I wish I had started with Blender instead, which is still free. Anyone can pick up Blender and just start learning it, and that's more widely used for game modeling. Now, SketchUp, we just talked about the problems with it, but there's some benefits to SketchUp being able to like make things with the proper dimensions. I think you can do that too in Blender and Maya, and especially Maya. But yeah, it was not an easy way to go between SketchUp to Unreal Engine. We had to like go through a cleanup process in other uh, processes to make the models work efficiently. Another question. Really hope that when the Steam launches, the founders will find their names in the books inside the purser's office. So let's talk about that really quickly because
Oh, quick thing.
Mhm.
We can fast forward a little faster, I think, through these images to
Oh,
get
that's
through.
fine. We're gonna get through them. Okay. Yes. So the books. Stop. James Penka's not going to be here. Calm down. See, let him live his life. Uh, I can't see anything but the James Penka spam. The book. It was called the return voyage lists and the thank you lists and the dedications, etc. From everybody who contributed and also just a thank you list in general from everyone who contributed in the past and present. That those are to be and the mail in the mail room, letters in the mail hold. I think it was called. Those are going to be in the Titanic when Titanic is finished, but we are going to put at least a thank you list in hopefully the next ish. It depends on Tyler, our great programmer. We got to work with him to get like one of these plugins. We're not creating plugins and engine things from scratch. That would make everything most of the time. And so one way to display these all is in a book form where you can pick up a book somewhere in the world and you can open the book and find your name, look through the lists, and that's an engine plugin. And it's a long list of people that we need to put on these in these books. So it's going to be a couple of books, and again, we have to just work out the kinks with Tyler to get that book system to work. So then it will be cool. So you can go into like one of the offices, find the book, and then see if that's your name inside the book. So yes, that will be there. It's not gonna, so your name's not going to be in the purser's office quite yet, but it will be somewhere in Harlan and Wolf. And as Spammel said, having high def models do give the options for renders, like right here, for games, documentaries, research. And that's one of the main important aspects of why we focused hard to get the details really correct on some of these objects, because with our friends at RMST, the staff there, the people who are in charge of collections, I'm going to emphasize that the people who are in charge of collections and actually deals with the artifacts, not the powers that be at RMST and the board of directors. Sorry, because they're in the news lately for doing some things that we are not happy with. But again, the people who actually care about the artifacts at RMST, they asked us for the befores of some of their artifacts, like portholes and tiles and dishes, etc. And so when we get direct dimensions and measurements of objects from the Titanic thanks to our relationship with them. So yeah, definitely. There's certain things, there's hero objects, important objects, and that's like right here. I just went to the propeller, by the way, Kyle. So that's a important object, and that's related to the wreck as well. So there's lots of reasons why some of these things are super detailed. I think I got some question.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
if you want to see Titanic in Southampton, check out our videos. That's where we're going to see Titanic in Southampton.
a quick note on the propeller too. Is that yeah, you'll notice the propeller is pretty detailed. The Our modeler Steven recreated the propeller literally down to the last like screw thread. It was partly done as like a study,
Yeah,
to like how was the propeller constructed, how what were the different pieces, the bolts and screws and all that, and how. And so yeah, we had this propeller model, and it might be one of, if not the most accurate digital model of a Titanic propeller ever made.
probably is because thanks to our friends at RMST and everything, I think we were able to. If we're not just going off of like what was in the books written by Harlan and Wolff for Titanic's propellers, because there are no photos of Titanic's propellers supposedly besides underwater wreck footage, and we used uh, wreck analysis to get the pitch or whatever. I don't know, the way the blades are on the propellers. Not the central propeller because we can't see that one. Whoops, jumped ahead. So yeah, I think they are. It's safe to say these are probably the most accurate Titanic propellers recreated so far. Yay!
And one thing is you'll notice that in that previous image, there's like this light colored gray stuff packed into various openings in the propeller, and that's just concrete. That's how they like secured they protected the bolts and stuff in place and filled those voids.
That's how they did it.
They might have painted them as well.
Yeah. Remember, these are things in the sheds, the fitting out, not on the ship yet. Sometimes not in their final form. Also, just not in our final THG form. For instance, people like to correct that I'm gonna go back to it. The flag right here, the flag on the lifeboat it needs to have a black stick, a black jackstaff. And yes, we know that. We're gonna finalize that after the fact. So, essentially, the joke, things can be adjusted, and they can be adjusted later on. Diana is still under the water, by the way. All right, Kyle. I think we're at the end of the slideshow.
We got. I think there's
because now I see deck plans.
Yeah. The rest of these slides, we could just go quickly through the rest of these. We could fast forward.
Mm-hmm.
This is just showing some of the other stuff that you'll see in the. Unfortunately, there's a delay, so I don't know what's. So we've got. I'll look at my
guy looking at a cargo hatch. Yeah. So, congratulations, everybody. Yeah, eventually you're going to get free versions of the THG deck plans. Yay! Once you download the demo.
Now these deck plans are not in the current version that you can download. There's some stuff that is not in there yet. They're going to be fairly low resolution, but high enough that you can kind of look at them. But we got the THG deck plans laid out in the offices. We've got some iron plans that we're like recreating that are in there, and you've also got if you'll forward again a little bit more. We've got in among the updates in the cell phone is there has been like a few things for like the yard itself to like flesh out the sheds so that they're not in the room, so that they're not empty, because they're not supposed to be empty. One little thing is just like the lights in the offices. They got new light fixtures in there so that there aren't phantom lights. And then
at them now, yeah.
And then in the drawing offices themselves, we have these cool little dividers that were made by, I believe, Mate. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just a little feature of the rooms. That's fun to have. And then we've got, we've also got,
there's
like
the divider, by the way, everybody.
What's that?
There's the divider. Sorry, I'm showing the divider now. I'm catching up to you.
And for those 3 office rooms in the office building, we've got the presentation room, or I forgot what it was called.
Consultation room. Yeah.
And we've got the Andrews office and the Peary office. They have furniture now, and then we've got a cool thing in the mold loft, which is like a midship section that you can look at. Now, this midship section in the mold loft is actually. It's to scale. It doesn't look like it if you're standing there, but it is to scale to the ship, to the real ship.
Here we go.
And it's weird looking at it that way when you go into the loft and it's there.
We might be going through these fast, but that's because we're going to see them soon anyway in the actual.
Yeah, we're going to go take a look at all this. We want to get to the alpha itself.
Whoops, I spoiled the next one.
Whoops. But yeah. The mold loft one, if we could stay on that for a second.
We're back.
It's a very interesting thing to kind of visualize, to give you an idea of the ship, the size of the ship, where things are, what you're looking at when you're walking around on the structure, because it's just cool to kind of have that visualization. The one big note, though, is that the mold loft was used as a place to sketch like the curves and lines of the ship and the frames and stuff on the floor. And what they would do is they would lay like planks of wood on top of the wood floor, and then they would draw all the lines and stuff on this wood, and then they would all this stuff out of the loft, out into the yard, out into wherever they would need to, and they would use these lines to bend structural elements like frames and stuff to the needed shapes and sizes. And so what you're seeing here is not what they actually would have done in the mold loft. They wouldn't just draw a midship section in there or anything like that.
Yeah,
This is a
that's like a
this is some
cutaway in the middle of the ship, by the way, just in case everyone,
yeah.
not the technical term. It's like, so that's why you see like the boilers there in each deck.
Yeah, so it wouldn't really look like this, but it's a fun visualization and the purpose for this shed. Although there might be like an additional sketches on the floor for like to give you an idea of what they actually use the shed
And
for.
they use chalk directly on the floor, right?
No, they would lay wood planks on top of the
Oh,
floor.
oh, I see.
It,
Okay, yes.
yeah, so that they could then take those wood planks out of the shed and move them somewhere
And
else where
cut
they would
them and
then they would shape the structural elements and
right,
stuff to them.
yes. So those wood planks are all movable, removable.
Well,
So
right now there's no extra wood planks in this little thing here. It's just it's just right on the
you
floor.
son of a, you're a liar. Okay, that's fine.
Uh,
No, it
I mean
gives a good
the
visual.
floor
Like,
is wood plank, but there's going to be more wood planks on top of the wood planks.
well, at least as long as the floor is not lava, we're okay.
Uh,
I have
but
to
I
be, I have to
believe
be
this
honest.
was
I
on.
could not find. I don't know where this is in the alpha. I've never explored this room, so you're gonna have to direct me there
Yeah,
when we get there. Yeah,
yeah,
I
we'll
don't
find.
know where this is.
I will direct you to it.
Thank
It's
you.
one thing. I bet a lot of people haven't seen this
I don't
shed
think
yet.
so either. Yeah, we need to work on a. We'll figure that out. Yeah, but yeah.
Well, we can just skip over to the next things. There's this room that if you've played the alpha so far, if you go into the drawing offices, there's these double doors that you would go into, and there's this empty room in there. I guess they were all empty rooms up until recently.
Mm.
There's this empty room that goes into either of the drawing offices, and I didn't know what it was for. I saw one plan of the offices that was done later on that was labeled as yard store. I think at another point it was like a typist's office. But Mate, one of our researchers, he found some photos that he realized were taken in this room. This room was once used as a model shop where they would make the scale models of the ships that Harlan and Wolf were designing. A really cool place with a really cool purpose. I had no idea. Like I just made this room as an access point, and I figured, well, it's probably just gonna have shelves in there. It's gonna be boring. But no, it had a cool purpose, and so one of the things we did was make this room cool for what it was used for, model shop. And we got a couple of example builders models in there. Right now we have a model of Adriatic, one of the big four ships that Harland and Wolff built. Very cool, very cool ship. And then we have the Teutonic, not Titanic. It's Teutonic or I don't know how you say that. Honestly,
Titanic.
it might be some weird pronunciation. That was an interesting ship too, built at the end of the 19th century, and it was, of course, on the smaller side. Apparently, that ship almost had the same fate as Titanic. In 1913, she almost hit an iceberg in fog.
I didn't know that until you said that yesterday. Our research team. They know all the history of all these ships, and there's people who can identify these ships by just like the tiniest little on deck photographs. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. So
these ships did predate Titanic.
Yeah. Now
The idea is that
Go keep talking. It's okay.
the idea is that in the consultation room, I'm going to have I'm going to have like 3 ship models on display. One will be Teutonic at the smallest, Adriatic in kind of a middle level, and then there'll be one of Titanic / Olympic.
Nice, yeah. So now this means that you've made all these models from scratch, just like in real life. Yes, you've spent tons of time making these instead of focusing on everything else.
I had to carve all of these by hand in real life.
Oh, then you 3D scan them. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I 3D scanned them, and then I modeled them piece by piece in digitally.
Yeah, you also smelted the brass. Yes. For the railings and the davits and the boreholes. Yeah, good job, Kyle.
That was a common thing on these builders models. They would have unpainted brass elements.
We're being facetious, by the way. So these models, you got who made these models? I forget. Was it Lucas Gustafsson?
Let's see. I referred to them, but I actually like very, very quickly, like over the course of like a day, I like made like my own version, my own model. And then like all of the pieces are stolen from my old Virtual Sailor model
Oh
or
my gosh.
my other old models. The hull is actually the Titanic hull, but slightly adjusted.
Oh, well, that makes it easy too.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
very
cool.
easy.
Yeah. So no, we didn't spend days and days and weeks and months and years making these. Next image. Oh, we got trams.
Oh yeah, if you remember back in the day, like 5 years ago, we featured a tram. One of our old modelers, Tino, had made a tram that we were because like even back then, before all of this shipyard stuff, before the gantry in 2023, before that, we did want to still have THG the Alpha set in the shipyard, but it was going to be at the fitting out wharf, and it was the ship would just be there and we'd fill it in, and but the tram somehow was going to factor into it, and so we had the tram made way back then, and we finally got it into the game, and now you can, I believe now, if you download the alpha now and you're a patron, you can see this tram in there now, along with some cars that are in there.
Yeah, we got some. Well, we'll
Oh,
see the cars.
and
Yeah. Mhm.
and about the cars, well, one of the cars is just something we got off of Fab. I'm sure it's not accurate. If you're a car guy and you're playing this, if you're like a car historian guy, you're gonna hate it. You're
Sorry.
gonna be, that's not correct. That's okay. It's fine. The other car is the Renault. Even though apparently some people say that's not correct either. And like, we don't really know what it would have looked
We
like.
don't know. Yeah.
Supposedly. But the Renault that's in here was actually probably one of the oldest models from THG that's in here. Maybe the oldest. It was modeled before THG was THG. Like I think right before we switched, like right before
hmm
we like THG started up at the end of 2012, when the during the previous project of Lost in the Darkness, the car was starting to be modeled, and then it's just been sitting on our drives and all that for all these years, and it's like, oh, why not get some use out of it?
Yeah. And indeed, we uh, just want to have some life on our street beside the offices. So
Yeah,
we know that
yeah.
this. Mhm.
Once I added the trams and the cars and these tracks and the tram posts and the wires, suddenly everything came to life. Like suddenly it's like, oh wow, this street is like done.
Yeah.
It looks so different. It's cool.
The last thing to add are some horsies and some
Oh yeah, we
carriages.
need some horses and carriages.
Those are things that we're just gonna. We already bought a horse on the Unreal Marketplace and Fab, and we're gonna put that horse in. We're not gonna design a horse. So yes.
And there's one last thing to
hmm
look at here. One last image.
Yeah. One last. There's two guys here. What are they doing?
You can crouch now.
Hooray! We can crouch now.
We're amazing game developers.
We're amazing game developers. This is revolutionary. No game ever made before can allow a player to crouch, and we're the first.
Yep.
Yeah.
Don't need to check that.
Yeah, don't check our sources on that. All right. Oh, we got some UI elements here that look pretty.
Yes. Oh yeah, I almost got it took so long to get through these images. I forgot there's more stuff.
There's
So
more stuff. We're halfway done.
we could quickly go through the rest. We don't need to dwell long on it. It's the rest is yeah, you can run through these. There are samples of the UI that's currently. If you don't like the UI that's currently in the alpha, that's fine. It's temporary. It's not the final thing. This is aiming to be like the final thing, like the actual the THG user interface and
Yeah.
graphics for.
This is by Luke. It's quite nice and quite slick. Whenever I see it, I go, man, that looks nice and sharp. So yeah, I enjoy it. I have a fondness for our THG Stokehold deck plan fonts, but I like this much better. So yes,
Yeah, it's much
it's cleaner.
cleaner.
Yeah.
And just FYI, this isn't in the alpha yet. It's gonna probably be a bit yet before it's implemented. It's
Yeah.
still got a lot of work to do.
But it looks cleaner. Yeah. Here's some more examples of this is a concept, so we don't know if this is what's going to look like yet exactly, like with the Harlan Wolf logo and such. But we do hope to have little like infographics. THG back in the day had the info pop-ups We need to have something to explain what everything is, and not just the shipyard, but the objects as well, right, Kyle?
Yeah, yeah. You'll
Yeah,
be able to go through and just get all kinds of information on the yard because right now the alpha is very it's lacking in features. It's we want to have a thing where you can. There's a lot of ideas floating around, and we'll have to see what we're able to implement. But a big thing is just information, packing the game with information, where you can walk up to this object or that building or this room, and you'll get things where you can see the information or
yeah,
see sketches and stuff like that.
and that's the point.
And
That's the point of THG. But we want to do that for the Titanic, but we don't have a Titanic yet that you can kind of walk in
yeah,
and explore these things.
yeah.
So
So we'll develop the systems for giving this information, and we can first use it on the yard and the objects and stuff like that. And then we can, once we have like the ship in place and we're able to actually start going on it, um, we can use the features on that.
cool. Yes. Did the trams move? I don't think the trams don't move right now. The
The
cars
trams
don't move.
don't move right now. I'd like to have them move eventually, but that's not a priority right
Yeah,
now.
it's a time thing and everything. So okay, I think we're done with
Let's see. We got the
alpha
U.
concept. Yeah, the Luke's great UI
Yeah,
work.
now we can move on. I don't know what you have next on your thing there, but I would
Daniel.
say let's check out. Okay, yeah, let's go look at Daniel.
Yeah.
Daniel is one of our most prolific modelers. He's really good at sculpting and stuff like that.
Hmm.
But he also can do just like regular models. But he's been doing a ton of models.
Yes. So this is a second. This is the one of the convertible sofa berths. So this can, we had to figure out like how it folded up to create two berths instead of just one berth. So right here you can kind of see how what we have the little slots and things on the side that would be on the walls on where you would unfold it. It's kind of like a bunk bed that folds up. It's kind of like a futon, I guess is the best way to describe it. There we go. The next image shows how it works. So yes, you see these in second class mostly. You see it in some first class alternative cabins on E deck. This is more cabin fittings that we're trying to get all of the lists of things that were inside of staterooms and cabins done first, because those are the rooms that are most numerous aboard Titanic. So this is one of the assets that you can see here.
And we can go ahead and skip ahead through the capitals, the incredible sculpting work he's done.
I'll just say go into demo 401 now and zoom in on the grand staircase details and capitals, and then compare it to what we're going to have instead. No offense to probably Kyle, who made the capitals, I think, back in the day for demo 401. Hopefully it's not like a meme model.
I think it was both of us.
Ugh, well, no offense to either of us, but yeah, leaps and bounds from what we have on the top of columns and pilasters until what the detail we have now. So yes, I'll get a chair. An office
and we got
chair.
some chairs wherever these chairs are from. I don't know chairs. Chairs.
These legs might be exclusively in our drawing offices, but the chair body itself was in the ship and like the crew quarters in the offices that would like the purser's office or the captain's room or whatever. Here is a second class smoking room tub chair, and I think we also have
we have a settee.
The settee from one of the cabins. Another cabin.
Which cabin?
This is it's known as the Harlan Wolff style B. It's better term is calling it the modern cabin. It's the one with the white and the oak.
That's the style. That's the style of our first technically completed cabin, is it not? Like
it is,
for the structure.
Yes, we'll talk about that. Yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. We'll get to that soon.
Spoiler.
Yeah, but we've got
the
next
deck.
thing.
Oh, Dante. Yeah, from Dante.
We're still going through Daniel stuff.
Oh no, Daniel didn't do the deck letters.
Oh no, we're in a different folder.
Oh, I'm in the deck letter. Yeah, what happened? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Why did
we should still be looking through Daniel's stuff.
Okay. Yeah, I have some baize doors now.
Yeah, we've got the baize doors.
That deck is out of place. Sorry, Dante. Sorry, Daniel. Your guys are all got D's, and then the deck starts with a D. We're all confused. So yes.
And we've got a couple of holders for I believe matches and cigarette trays and stuff
Oh
like
no,
that.
my entire folder is out of whack. Okay,
Uh-oh.
I don't. This I'm gonna blame OBS for this. So
I suspect, let's see. Oh, it might be, let's see, that there was chair and then door and then, oh, I see what happened. All the pictures are together in one folder.
yeah,
I will just shove them all into one place so that I can stay in order with you.
these are bays doors. These are from the midships corridors on B deck. And what we have now in the demo, I think, is just we don't have the studs that you see around the window there, and we don't have very detailed handles. You know, those handles are important because you can actually those handles are down there on the ocean floor, ready to be raised. So, which is pretty cool. Is the next okay, Kyle? I have a geo render next or geo SketchUp model next.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see all the images are in one place.
Yeah,
Let me
I had
take. Oh yeah. Deanna just messaged me saying, "Where did you go?"
it says excellent now. I have nothing to do with it. I'm gonna. It's OBS heard that I was making fun of it. I guess. Oh, thank gosh. I don't know what happened. Sorry. You know, you can try to prevent uh, all the issues from happening, but the issues will still happen to you. Yeah, it's what Spaniels just said. I did blame OBS for some things, and then OBS was like, "Hell with you," and then just decided to crap out. So okay, we're back. Sorry.
Okay, Deanna just said we're back. So yeah, we're
Yeah, we're
back.
back. Yeah,
We're back. All right. So what we're looking at here, I believe it's still up,
I hope so. It should
is
be the Geo.
yeah, this is one of the we're going to be jumping between a few different things here, I guess, because of the way the images are ordered. But in this, so remember, keep
Which
this in mind for later.
which was my fault, not OBS's fault.
Yeah,
If it's
yeah,
listening.
keep this in mind when we talk about the block out in a short bit. This is Geo. These images show Geo like working out how woodwork and cabin paneling can fit around like beams and frames and stuff like
Right.
that.
So we have the iron plans of different. Oh, actually, this is not. This one of the Strauss sitting room is interesting because yes, Geo is using it to figure out like the uh, way that the paneling fits around the beams and the iron. But if you the observance people out there will notice that some of all the sconces have fallen down. So this is actually like what it looks like at the wreck right now. That's why Geo was doing that, and that's why the some panels are missing and the tapestry panel is gone. And so this is why it looks like that. This is actually the rec version. You know, he was just trying to match what he could see in the rec with his model to make sure it was accurate. No,
The next image is just what something Geo's been playing with, like visualizing what it would look like for these cabins to be under construction. It won't be quite like that in the alpha, but we might play with the idea a little bit here and there, especially if we have a room on display in like a shed
right,
or on the
exactly.
ship, but there's a lot of stuff that's not done yet.
I believe
And
indeed. hmm
next images, we got a couple of holders. I believe what I mentioned earlier, matchbox cigarette holders. And then after that,
There we are.
if we flip through those, after we got to get through these a
We
little
gotta go.
more
We
quickly.
gotta look it up. We're on Mateo.
Oh yeah, we're on Mateo now. We've got Mateo is modeling a bunch of portholes, all the portholes, I
All
think.
the portholes on the boat
And this one is the Utley's pivoting side light.
from C deck and D deck.
And it's a very cool model, very accurate, as everything is.
Yep, there it is again. This will be on Patreon. Free post to look at. And here's another porthole,
Yeah,
just a
yeah,
generic porthole.
we've been meaning to post on Patreon for a while, but it's one of those things like you keep doing stuff and the potential update keeps getting bigger. So we're just gonna have to split it into some individual posts, and then try to keep up with posts better in the future, like doing small things here and there. And now we're in the blockout. Yeah, after portholes. So let's talk about the blockout real quick, I guess.
Yeah, so this is actually spearheaded by our one of our lead researchers and model checking genius, Robin. He just decided that okay, we got the hull structure. I'm gonna not explain this as well as he has. We have the hull structure that Kyle's made up to a certain point where we have beams in the correct spots. So in theory, we can lay out where rooms will be. Now that you also have the deck plates and you have like the beams where you can figure out where the deck plates are, and you have the hulls. Uh, Rooms can be figured out, and then if you have the idea of like the extremities of the room, the width, the heights, the length of the cabin, you can then put the paneling on it, and then essentially you'll have some of the first panels in board the ship. So here you have 3 cabins, and then around sandwiching those cabins are 2 bathrooms. So the bathrooms on Titanic are made of steel, and so those are steel walls. Those are bulkheads that Kyle will add in. But around those steel bulkheads and around those steel beams will be the woodwork for 3 cabins. So we were able to precisely get the cabins blocked out with the correct thickness of wood, uh, down to the almost the centimeter, which was a little bit too detailed in my opinion. I was like, don't worry about this eighth of an inch. I said to Robin, like, no one's gonna notice this eighth of an inch, and he's like, oh, I will. I'm like, oh, I get it. You know, and now we have these cabins blocked out with the correct shear, camber, and everything. So that was the issue with demo 401 that Derek discovered really quickly, is that these models that I had made and Kyle had made and someone else had made of rooms, when you try to fit them all together into a ship so that you can explore seamlessly, it don't fit. And that's why if you go play demo 401 and you are on the boat deck forward and you want to go down to A deck, you'll notice that you can't walk down the cruise staircase. It's covered by a piece of fabric, and that piece of fabric is there to block it because A deck is so inaccurately made by me that it just sticks out and it cuts through where those staircases would be. So that's why Derek said we can't walk through here. We're going to close the doors on A deck and we're going to just block off the top. And so now we have it, so we won't have to worry about any fitting of different rooms incorrectly because we have the entire rooms all nicely fitted out.
And to and to reiterate something before, like why we're doing the structure like this the way it is because when I was snowballing demo 401, like these crew spaces forward, I just kept seeing how much of it was bare steel and having to do like these frames that kept running up to the rooms and these beams and all that. And it kind of made me realize just and, you know, and then when I was doing stuff with the boiler rooms, it made me realize how much of the ship is just bare steel and how much things kind of rely on that and how easy it is also to even just it would be to just like make steel elements. So that was kind of the impetus for eventually like once that snowball was done, I was like, okay, it's time to get to the ship and do it properly this time. And ever since then we've been working that way on the ship.
But in the meantime, we still have modelers creating things that will go in the ship. Because the next picture I have, we're jumping back to Daniel for a bit to show this smoke room sconce. Smoke room and reading and writing room sconce. Did you guys note that they share the same light fixture on the walls in the reading and writing room and the smoke room? You can see it if you look closely. So yeah, he's detailing those. This is another one of these great examples. If you go to demo 401 and you zoom in on either of the light fixtures in the smoke room or the reading and writing room, number one, they're not the same model, which is stupid, and it's me. Number two, they are just they look like graphics from, no offense, like the Doom era. I don't know. It's awful, like the earliest games. So I'm glad we now have this level of detail on him. Well, you know,
it looks
really show
like
how
if
beautiful they
AI
are.
were to have a fever dream of the rooms.
It was not. I feel like it's. I don't want to offend AI with my awful models. No, that's just kidding. I'll offend AI. Here's an interesting object that is causing Saba. Well, I think he's having fun with it, but it's still very interesting how it worked.
You would think it's very simple. It's just a basin with like some sinks in it, but this is like one of the most complicated pieces of furnishings that we're making. Maybe the most complicated.
Probably it is.
It's got so many moving parts in it. It's kind of weird.
I mean, they're ingenious for what they uh, made for this space-saving piece of furniture. So this is a. Let's see if there's any more pictures of it. Yeah, I'm gonna stick on this one. This is a folding lavatory, not lavatory as in you do not do your business in this device. You don't go number one, number two. This is just how you would get some water in cabins. Now, it's made of wood, but it has two sinks that fold up and down. It's kind of like on a train. If you're on a train, they had those the little folding shelves for the sinks can also fold and become a writing desk. And then every cabinet in here is for storage or hiding the water. That mirror, depending on which area of the ship you are in, which cabin. This could be either connected to the ship's water supply, or a steward would have to come in and fill up a tank, a reservoir behind the top part, which is actually a mirror, and then the water would drain down into another reservoir on either side. You can see the bucket there, and they'd remove it because not every cabin is connected to the ship's water supply. So, yeah, and then you have other aspects about this that are like moving, like those. Yeah, I'll go to them right now. These soap holders and sponge holders are in theory removable, but then they can be interchanged, so it's kind of really confusing. So yeah, Seba's trying to figure out, has been working with researchers to decipher this complex piece of equipment that's used. I think I went to my deck plan and I selected all of them. I think there's like, would I say 300 of these the other day? There's a lot of these pieces of furniture, these folding lavatories. There's a large and a small version, so it's important to get them relatively done correctly the first time and not have to go back and change everything. Unless you have
And the
anything.
next,
Yep, next one. Back to Daniel again. Another smoke room light fixture, raised from the wreck site as well, just without any of the glass, cut glass bulbs, and of course, because those shattered when the ship broke apart. Right here, this is one of the bigger ones that were in the smoke room, first class smoke room, of course, on the ceiling. It looks like a scary octopus. You can see these in Anik, by the way, and it's relatively easy to make, kind of, because and then you just have to make like two parts, and then they just go, and then they just like multiplied on an array.
oh, we got the next thing here.
Now we're back to the hall.
Structure, actually.
Yeah.
So we gotta excuse me for a second.
Drink some water. It is so hot out, by the way.
I have my air conditioning turned off so that it doesn't make background noise. And
I have mine turned off so it doesn't make background noise either, and it's awful.
79 degrees out there. I'm gonna turn it on while we're going through the alpha. So
It's
sorry.
80, it's 81 degrees in here. So yes, but
so if you're wondering what's next with the structure, a quick note: we would like to at some point put out a roadmap about like what is actually going to happen next. Like where are we heading with THG? Because I realize that that's something. Perhaps also a lot of like
a lot of people are asking for it.
Yeah, there's also like a lot of confusion out there, and like people who maybe they fear about what we're doing. Oh, are they going to make all of Belfast next or something like that? That kind of thing, or all of Southampton or something. And it's like we need like or like what's next with the Hull? So we need a roadmap for like something publicly that we can share. That's nice and simple enough you can look at and understand it, what's going to happen, and we would like to put something like that out eventually, THG soon, where you can look at that and say like, okay, this is next. But right now, what's next for the structure, like the ship, like there's two sides of the ship work right now. One side we've just been looking at all this time, and it's objects that are being made that will eventually go on it, whether that's the light fixtures or the furnishings, portholes, or paneling, like with the Robin block out. And then there's the structure side of it, and that's the steel work and all that. And what you're seeing here, like the next thing, the thing that's currently being worked on is beams. There are so many beams across all the decks. I think I counted the number of beams once, and it's not exact, but there's basically like one beam for every passenger that was on the Titanic. So like around 2,200 beams on the ship, and each beam has a set of like brackets that go with it too.
Hmm.
And so I've been making the beams and the brackets that attach them to like the hull frames. And it's getting more and more difficult and a little slower because the beams are moving out to the ends of the ship where the hull gets more curvy, and at almost every frame you have to make adjustments to the brackets to like have them fit properly and be shaped properly. So it's kind of a slower process at the moment, but the thing right now, the focus right now is getting the beams in place. And you can move through these images. There's several here.
Oh, there's more
Um,
beams.
yeah, it's a bunch of beams.
Bunch of
And
beams. You can see how it works. Yeah.
so it's just getting the beams in place, and once those are in place, we could potentially like start doing like deck plating. But I'm not 100% sure what I want to do next. It could be deck plating. It might be some hull plating. I was thinking that I could do some hull plating on the upper hull so
Hmm.
that I can start working on superstructure framing and beams, because that would be cool to have that in place to like have the superstructure start going up.
Yeah. You need to, a table. Yes. So let's go back to this one right here. You can definitely see how crazy the curvature of the back of the ship is. More
Yeah.
than anywhere
Y-
else, this
y-
is where it gets intense.
Yeah, it's very, the stern is going to be the worst because of just all of these, like you see those curvy frames. It's going to be really annoying to do the beams back here, but they'll be done, and
Hmm.
it's going to take a bit, I think.
Yeah.
The bow will be easier.
Bow's easier. Thank goodness the midships is all flat. Another table by a
Oh
cabin
yeah,
table.
so now we're past structure. We're back to the other
We're
models. So
just
yeah,
jumping
we've
we're
got a
jumping back and forth here. This is what THG does. No roadmap. Can't figure this out. No, just kidding. So this is a table from a French cabin, Harlan and Wolff style A. Uh, uh, Also Daniel, I believe. Yeah, he's a little table that's in the cabin. There's some
on that, and
details. It's some French details. Bonjour.
in next thing we got a deck chair. Have you shown this before?
I think we've shown it in a Patreon update. The deck chair. I think Tom was working on.
Tom H.
Folds up. You can see the little plaque that puts your name on it when you buy your deck chair spot from the purser.
There's an animated GIF in here. I hope that works.
Oh, there's an animated GIF. Oh, there's the animated GIF. It works. Oh my gosh. This is, I think we shared an older version of this GIF back when he didn't have the details. Like he was just doing the blockout of the chair. Because did you make I'm not sure who made the I feel bad always. There's some deck chair models in demo 401, but they look kind of
Yeah, I think I did those crappily one time.
yeah.
And they're
We've
not good.
we've both done we've both done crappily done objects for the sake of speed and just fitting out. So I'm happy now that we have something that looks much nicer, can move, can do all these things.
Yeah.
Heck, you can 3D print this if you wanted to.
And next we got a trash bin.
Oh, a trash bin. There's like we have several styles of trash bins, and they're wicker, and this was the first test one. I think it's more aligned with an Olympic one, but we figure they're.
Every atom of the wicker is modeled.
Oh yes, every strand of wicker is modeled. Even though there's plugins to make wicker modeling fast, we told Daniel, don't use those plugins. Do it, model it all yourself, like you're actually weaving it. So he had to pull and push the strands of the wicker through the basket. No, just kidding. But it is kind of
And
an intense model.
next one we got a tub.
We got a tub in the shower surround. This would be in first class. With the different versions, you can turn on the hot and cold water for the shower, or you can turn the hot and cold water on for the actual filling above the tub. That's what those two things are for, I believe.
I believe
Mateo.
the last stuff is going to be just a few more Mateo models. These next couple, the first is a D deck sliding window,
Oh,
and
it's
then
for D-Deck, yeah.
the second one is a close up of the mechanism for the windows on the officers' quarters. Where you have these things, these upper sections of the windows that kind of open up, and it uses this weird mechanism to do
Yeah,
it.
these, you have to keep your ship nice and watertight. Make any jokes you want because it's the Titanic, but they still were trying to avoid like the weather and elements getting in through the windows that could be opened and closed. So they're rather intense. They're not
Yeah, they got
intense. They're
because
on a ship.
this last thing is just, I believe it's just the windows that were used on the D deck shell
Yeah,
doors.
just the D-Deck doors, it's called. And another
Yeah,
reason
that's
why
the
we focused on that is because there's an artifact that raised the
yeah.
door.
So it's the only part of the ship where you would have found these windows, but you see how engineered they are. They're thick steel. They're very substantial. They have this big crank system. They can move it up and down, and then to secure it in place, you've got these like these screws that can tighten it
Yes.
on the frame.
Just in case you're having a rough day at sea, which Titanic definitely did.
And that is it. We're finally done after an hour, over an hour. We're done with with our images. We
I knew it was.
decided to go through the images first because
Oops,
it's
sorry.
been we wanted to get that those out in like an update, and it just hasn't been done yet. So, we wanted to start with that. You've all seen us run around the shipyard multiple times at this point, so we wanted to just go in and do that. Just go through the images first and show you all the new stuff and the updates and stuff. And now that we're past that, we can go and start running around the shipyard. So the
We can
first thing
explore
we
some
should do
things.
now that we're in the yard is, oh wow, we're actually playing the game here. We can run over to the ship first, honestly, and then
Whoops.
we'll work our way back from the ship into the other stuff that's new.
I'm using a controller, so if I mess up, it's because I'm not a gamepad person on my computer, and I don't have a PS5 or anything else. So controller is. I know it's smoother, so that's why I wanted to use it today. There's boats. Okay.
Yeah, there's the boats, big boats, huh?
Robert asked. I see. Well, there's two questions. One's really difficult to answer quickly. It's how do we model something when there's not much information or drawings related to them. We argue about it for hours, and then we finally do it at the end.
Yeah.
There's always some sort of information about something. There's like the period drawings. If we don't have it, there's something. We just have to determine what the best methodology is.
Yeah, I think generally, we always manage to find something, even if it's
another ship or something from 1912.
Yeah, eventually we just make something up, find something, and then that's it.
Yeah, we find something, and then Robert asks, like, are we going to sneak in characters that walk around like an Easter egg, like Jack and Rose? I don't think we're going to make our Easter eggs from Titanic that blatant. Not saying that it's a bad idea, but just we're all scared of James Cameron's legal team, but we want to just have some smaller Easter eggs. Like I don't think you're gonna like see a handprint on the back of this car or something, but like just some small references to the movies and things that have come before us. So here we are at Titanic. So where do you want me to go, Kyle?
You can go up to one of the stairs. Actually, you can go up that ramp on the far left of the gantry.
Okay,
and then go to the top and jump onto the ship from there.
The usual way we go. That's crouch. Okay. Oh, that's run. Okay, I figured it out. Oh, I ran into a wall. Okay. So yeah, if I mess up anything, like walking around, I'm going to blame it on the game controller. I'm not taking any responsibility today. It's either OBS's fault, it's the game controller's fault.
Uh-oh, you're going the wrong way up those stairs. You got to go down and then go past the stairs.
See, that's your fault for not telling me. Okay. It's not my fault. You want me to go past the stairs? Oh, I know where. I know where now. Okay, sorry. I remember. Here we go. Wonk. I'm on the boat. I'm on Titanic.
All right, now just
All
very
those.
carefully. There's some stairs, I think, around this spot where you jump on, where you can go down into the lower decks a
Oh
little bit.
yeah. Oh
So if you
dang it!
want,
I fell.
you can wander around wherever you think you want to. Honestly, we can just talk about what we're seeing here, which is just that, yeah, the ship has more. This it's a very simple update, but I
We
found a way to very, very, very quickly make like boards that can be laid out on the decks and
I
allow people to wander around.
this is C deck, right?
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
C deck.
Now we are definitely an 8 foot tall person right now. I think.
Yeah, we're a little. I think the player character is a bit tall.
Or we're like 7 feet tall because this should be like 9 feet from bottom of the top of that beam to the top of that beam, and we should not be like this. The crouch level is probably more accurate for.
It could also be. It could. Well, no, I don't think crouches, but you go into free cam and look at your height.
I have no idea how to do that, Kyle. Okay.
P. Press P. Oh, go. Well, on crouch
Okay.
and then
Okay.
P.
Yeah. Okay. I'm a lady, by the way. Oh, I'm Ida Strauss. Okay.
You can look at yourself there and see how you look compared to the deck, but I think people are generally pretty.
Yeah, she's too tall. That's okay. We'll work on that.
Yeah. Then the ship is the scaling of everything else is correct. So
Don't worry. Yes. Guess I'll look around in free cam now.
yeah, we can just do free cam and poke around. Unfortunately, the thing to hide the text is broken right now. I let Tyler know.
I just hit it.
Oh, you did? You pressed
Yeah.
escape?
I used the gamepad controller. I don't know what button I hit.
Hmm.
It's V
V. Okay.
on my controller. So
on your control. Okay, it must probably a command that's broken or something.
yeah.
But yeah. So yeah, we'll just wander around free cam. But these boards will allow you to walk around more of the ship, like around the decks and stuff. And these things, all these boards and stuff are part of the free part of the what's available to you now if you're not a patron. You can, if you download the latest version of the alpha, link somewhere again, yeah, you'll get these. You'll be able to walk around the ship using the boards.
Oh, I'm back to my lady now. I mean, some people love the free. I mean, the free can option is definitely necessary, but I like being.
Do you want to try looking in any areas where you think would be interesting to look at? Like, what would be here on the ship?
So that's a good idea. Let's go. I'm going aft. Is this a cargo hatch?
I don't know what's what actually.
I think this is. Wait, I don't know. No, it's not a cargo hatch because there's just one of them. There should be two. So I must be by the third class staircase.
I think what you're looking at now is the aft second class staircase.
Oh my goodness! I'm not even that far back. Okay, maybe it is. Yeah, it has to be. Okay. So that area.
You could tell where the well deck is based on the frame. Oh God,
we're dead. Okay, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I fell down to the. I'm in the shaft area. I think this is the electric engine room.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's the delay. Yeah, now you're in the shaft tunnel.
Yeah. We've seen this a lot, but so let's continue. This is, this is still the same as it has been, besides just the new wooden, things to get around. I like this free cam thing. How do I go up? Oh, that's how I go up. Ooh. Oh, I'm not that free. I'm still hitting stuff. See,
press? Well, I don't know what it is on the controller, but if you press C, you can disable collision.
Oh. I'm the executive producer.
Everybody technically has that feature, so you can all break the game.
Oh, this is really neat. Okay. Going down. I'm alongside the hull. I'm between Olympic and Titanic. Olympic is not scheduled to get any updates, correct?
No.
Yeah, I know people want Olympic to be completely fleshed out and stuff. I'm like, no, calm down. Sorry, we can't make a unique ship. That's why if you look closely, you'll notice that she is not. She has the hull of Titanic, doesn't she? Besides just the
Yeah, and she has
Besides,
the same like porthole layout as
yeah,
Titanic.
like you can see right here on C deck is the same as Titanic, and that's fine because we're just trying to paint a picture. We're not trying to like make an entire correct world. Not when it comes to Belfast, but when it comes to Titanic, yes, she will be correct and accurate as we can decide to make her.
Oh, you see all those cranes that are moving
Oh, the
on
cranes
the
move. Here
upper.
comes one. He's coming by. They are hard at work building this ship. Just like we are. Let's go up. I'm going to go up close to one of the cranes. I guess we should get like a
Oh,
crane moving sound effect.
okay, that's another thing too. We need some nice sound effects for this.
Yeah.
That's the sound has always been kind of a lacking area, just because of it's very complicated to do. But there's a few things that are in here. Like I experimented with adding fireplace sounds to the offices. If
Yes.
you go in those rooms, you'll see them. They use like an attenuation thing so that you round a corner and suddenly you hear it.
Oh, good. Yeah. I mean, I enjoy hearing Anthony's music, but yeah.
And the
Still,
cat
a cat.
meows. You pet the cat now. You have to. It meows if you click it.
Wait, we can actually pet the cat now?
Oh no, you can't. There's no animation for
Oh,
it.
well,
But
that's fine.
if you click it, it meows.
That's the same. That's generally the same as. Wait, if I hit this button, I'm gonna jump back here. Yeah, I am. Okay.
That was actually a thing. In one of in our last call, I joked it would be funny if we could pet the cat, and then Tyler just did it.
Exactly. Well, he seriously said like that's an important feature we need to have because every game, any game with a dog or a cat, that's like you got to be able to pet it or it's not a good game.
Anything but finish the ship.
Yes. Let's see if I can find Jenny the cat.
I believe it says pet NPC, so that's got to be fixed.
That's actually the cat's name.
She usually hangs around like the front of the gantry.
I thought so,
between like all the way at the ship. I don't know. It seems like she never wanders far from that spot.
She's in a danger zone. The ship is big. It's taking me a long time to walk from one side to the other.
Yeah, we could probably get past the ship. I mean, you literally I believe right now you can go to the site, you can download the latest version of the alpha. Where is it? Let me get that link again.
I did.
You can go. I'm gonna paste that link here.
Yeah,
so
I can't right now because I'm chilling in Cedar Rapids.
paste this. Okay, paste it in the chat. So you can literally go to that link I just posted. You can go download the alpha right now. And if you're a patron, you'll have access to most of the new content that you have seen or will see here, except for the plans in the offices and the model shop. That stuff hasn't been added to the latest build yet, like publicly. But most of the other stuff you'll see. And the board, if you're not a patron, you're just like a regular. By the way, it's not just patrons; it's legacy backers. A reminder probably would be good to mention is that if you gave to this project in the past, Indiegogo or through other contributions, and it was $15 or more, you should have gotten a code, hopefully in an email or something, where you can enter it in the alpha, and it'll give you the same access as the patrons. So.
Yeah, Andy figured out a nice system and how to do it. So thank you, Andy, for everything you've done still.
Yeah, shout out to Andy and Derek and everyone
Derek
for like figuring out and implementing the integration for like Patreon and access codes, and for developers too, and all kinds of stuff like that.
Should I go outside, like the street?
The next thing, let's go take a look at the general store. I guess that's the next area.
That one. Super lady running. Excuse me, sir.
Hey, if you download the alpha, like you'll get the access. Like, yeah, if you're a patron or backer and you have your code or your account connected, you can see a lot of this new stuff. If you're not any of that, you'll still have the new all those boards, the walking boards and stuff on the ship. You can walk around more easily now.
God, this is like a maze.
in around a week, the everything will go public for everyone for all the new updates. And then when there's more updates, those will go out early access for patrons and backers. Legacy backers. But yeah, we're in the general store. As you'll see, if you remember before, this room was empty, and now we have put in the shelving and counters for the general store. For this side of the room was used as like, yeah, a little store. Yeah, a bunch of shelves. They would be full of stuff for
Rivets,
screws,
bolts,
fasteners,
yeah.
little bits and hinges and odds and ends that they would use for building the furnishings.
But I thought everything was custom made for Titanic.
It's this whole room just for Titanic.
It's just Titanic, yeah. Spoiler alert, it wasn't.
Oh, the workers would come in and just at these, it would just be like a regular general store, I guess. You would come in, you'd go to these counters and you'd just get your stuff, ask for your stuff, and they give it to you. And there's something that's missing in this one corner. It should be like a hoist, but I'll worry about that later.
Can I cross the bridge to
the other side of of this building is like I believe it's just like a big empty area where they would store furniture that was either finished or almost done.
Yeah, we're looking at that now.
Yeah. So that room won't really have much in it for a while. Maybe there'll be like mock-ups we can put in there.
We can put whatever in here. Mock-up.
Sure.
We have lots of furniture still. Huh? We can put 300 of Seba's folding lavatories in here.
Yeah, they actually would have stored them in here.
Yeah.
So we can head over to the cabinet shop next. There's not really anything new in there. I just stuck a bunch of carpentry tables in there just to fill in the space. Personally, I'd like to have better carpentry table models in the future that are more accurate to what was there, but it's not important. So for now, you just see this. And then we can just get out of the cabinet shop right away since everyone's seen this. And we can go over to... we can go over to... We'll skip the offices for the moment. And we will go...
Can I go outside?
We'll go to the offices now.
What about outside?
Huh?
You don't want to go outside first? Do you want to go into the offices first?
Oh yeah, we'll go out the front door in a moment.
Oh, in the moment. Okay, I'll go into the offices.
So let's go to the model shop.
Okay, yes.
Just check that.
I'm gonna enter the model shop door, which I think now is the main. This is now the main lobby of the hotel.
Yeah, eventually they demolished all the sections of the building between the drawing offices.
Yeah.
So that's totally new structure that they built there for like these sheds or whatever. So, but yeah, today this would have been the lobby or one of the lobbies.
Oh, I have collision off or something. Oh,
I think collision is just a little weird.
I think it's.
But yeah, so this is like I mentioned earlier. This room would have at one point was used as I don't know why the collision's so weird on that, but yeah. But at one point, this room was used as a model shop for building the various half models and I guess full models for, when they would design a new ship and they'd for their clients and all that. And they make the models. Put them in here. And you have a couple of example half models and builders models.
Mm-hmm.
The tables. You got, like I said, you got Teutonic. Take a look at Teutonic. That one. Honestly, it's kind of a cool looking ship. It's got a cool stern too. All that stuff on the back.
Is that the one with the weird propeller layout?
Oh yeah, take a look at the propellers. So there's something very funny about Teutonic. It was built during that time when they were experimenting a lot with like ship designs.
I'm gonna get there eventually. Don't worry. There we go.
And so they were trying a lot of new things, but Teutonic was weird because it was a fairly small ship, but it was large enough that they had these big propellers, but there wasn't enough space for the propellers. Oh, by the way, you can zoom in using mouse wheel or whatever your controller is. I don't know.
I'm going back to mouse for a second. There we go.
You can zoom in. You can stand up and zoom in on the propellers.
I did that. We can see that they're staggered now, definitely.
Yeah, so the propellers were too large to just have even. So what they did was they staggered them. They had the one on the starboard side was located further aft than the port one, and the propellers, as they turned, the blades would cross each other through that central opening in the hull. And yeah, it's so weird. I had never seen that on
How
a ship
bizarre!
before.
How bizarre! How bizarre! I mean, the
It's a
the
very
opening is common. Like I think I know other ships had this, but like that
yeah. Other
the
ships had those
staggered.
openings, even if they didn't have a central propeller.
Right.
Adriatic had that
Yes.
too.
Yeah. You have it over here on Adriatic. It's just that one on Teutonic is just so. Well, I guess it worked. Did they change it? I don't know.
I think Teutonic at some point had 3-bladed propellers, but I think maybe initially it was 4 blades. I don't know. But yeah, it was just one of those weird experimental things they did at the time where there's like, you know what, let's just do this weird thing, and that's fine. And then the stern, it's got that the fantail has those cool, because it was built early enough that they were still doing those flourishes on ships where they would put like all this stuff on like the stern of a ship and all
Like
that.
Lusitania.
Pretty cool. Lusitania had it to some extent.
So this is what a brand new model would look like. All shiny with the brass elements.
Although it's weird, because I was looking at photos of the builder's model, it does exist for Teutonic, and it actually doesn't look like that. Everything's painted, like the railings are painted. I don't know if that's how it would have been initially, though.
Well,
I'm
they've
not sure.
modified these builders' models so many times and refurbished. Titanic's was completely refurbished when it was Olympic/Britannic or whatever. It went through changes and stuff.
Yeah.
And there's like a second one or something. Who's this over here being built? This half model in the corner with this guy. Is it Olympic Titanic?
Which one? I'm not looking
It's
at,
Olympic or Titanic, yeah.
Oh yeah, I don't. That's just it's just a standard. Oh wait, that's not Olympic. That's the Adriatic.
Oh,
mesh.
Oh, is it? Okay. All right. Sorry.
Well, no, technically it's Titanic because I stole the hull mesh from that, but it was modified. But it's just a standard. It could be anything. It's not a specific ship.
See, that's why I was confused. Yeah. All right. Cool.
Yeah, it's just a prop. And then there's a few half models that are on the walls that are just modified versions of some turbo squid ships that we bought ages back.
Mm-hmm. Still, it sells the illusion.
I don't know what those things hanging down from the ceiling are.
Are these old gas fittings? No, I don't know.
I don't. If anybody watching knows what these are, please let us know because we don't know. We saw them in photos.
I think it looks like a gas fitting.
Yeah, what it would be used for, I have no idea.
Or back in the day when electricity wasn't
like
a
piping,
thing.
like a gas fitting of some kind.
Interesting. Okay, so where should we go besides this model shop room?
We can go check either the drawing offices, both of them, whichever one first. I guess the one with your plans first, if you want.
Okay, that's not the one I'm in. I think. Yeah, it's not. It's this one.
Oh, okay.
I'll go into it. I'll go into it. I'm here with my plans.
Yeah, so go check that. So the resolution will be brought down slightly on them, and we don't want to give everything away totally for free.
I don't know. That's how I make a living. But yeah.
Matt needs to eat, so like, but you'll still be able to see them reasonably well and get a look at them. So it's just like an interesting thing to have in here, like all these plans.
Yes.
So this drawing room is full of Matt's CAD plans, and then the other drawing room, we've mentioned before, we have someone named Diana who's working on like doing recreations and also like THG versions of like iron plans, and
these you can see in decent detail, yeah.
And those are in the other drawing office so far.
So we have, this is B deck. We're looking at right here, this long plan of the B deck. Not deck house plan. What is this? This is it's the plating plan. Sorry for
the deck plating plan.
Yeah, it took me a second. I'm a fake historian. And then this one is C deck. Over here, you can see it says.
And the C deck one is not done yet, so it's just like a preview.
Yeah, still very impressive because this is what it looks like, but just a cleaner version of it with the THG font elements added and such. And over here did she make this one too, this flooding plan?
Yep, all of these plans.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
That are in here she made.
See, this is the thought process that they had when designing the ship, is what which two compartments would be flooded, probably from a collision with another ship. Like right there this is Olympics. I won't call it a disaster. The Olympic incident with the Hawk, right there with two aft compartments flooded, and then they have two. And what you can see how the ship has a tiny bit of a list because they figured it.
Yeah, they did this. They made this plan as a calculation. If these compartments were flooded, how would the ship be sitting in the water?
Mm-hmm.
So this is what this plan shows. And the thing is, it's like that today too, where like usually I think the rule of thumb is that they do like this is how the watertight compartments no more like they have a thing where like it can float with any two compartments filled, and the problem is if you go beyond that for a lot of ships, they just sink. Like Costa Concordia had more than two compartments breached, so that sank, and
Yep.
It was the same with Titanic. Although in some limited circumstances, it could have up to 4 compartments flooded.
In theory, they said, yeah.
Like all the way, and of course, unfortunately, it was more than that even. So, yeah, but that's what that plan was for. And then there's other plans in here for like there's a
Britannic one over here.
forecastle and the poop deck and all that.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the cargo hatch. Excuse me, sir. I'm gonna look over your shoulder.
Also, if you go into that area enclosed by dividers, there's a lines plan.
Oh, there's lines plans over here. Oh my gosh, let's go look. Here's the dividers that were added. Oh yeah, look at that lines plan.
Yeah, very fun. And now you can go over to you should make it nighttime now.
Okay. It's 12 p.m. How about that?
Huh?
Make it 2:20 a.m. Close enough. Okay.
All right. Now that we got, because we'll need the lights. So first of all, you can just run real quick through some of the corridors and upstairs, and you'll see the office is lit up a little bit. We've got the light fixtures in there.
I'm in the grand staircase.
Yeah. And then this is the grand staircase, and then you can go into the 2 offices, the Peary and Andrews offices.
I'm gonna make a loop back and go to them. So yeah, there's these nice little hanging lights. Makes it feel more alive, obviously. And we will go to Lord Peary's office right now. Got some chairs. Oh, it's nice and toasty warm in here.
Yeah. Get a nice fireplace.
Oh, my controller. I forgot about the controller. Okay.
There you got Peary's office, Andrews. We don't know what Andrews would have looked like, so it's just made up.
So the question about like where will thank you lists, etc., be probably in rooms like this. I feel like it's best to have them scattered like on the tables or hidden away. Not hidden away, but still where you can find them in a realistic place. Like putting a list of people's names in a book just sitting on Titanic under construction doesn't make the most sense. Oops, I can cut through the wall there a little bit, Kyle. What a lovely night. Okay, let's go to Thomas Andrews' room.
And then we can head up to the consultation room.
What a cute little office.
Andrews, he gets the tiny room.
At least he has his own room. Well, he's just a nephew. Is this a faux window? I forget. No, it's not a faux window. Okay. Oh, Diana. Hello. So we got a lot of lights. We got a lot of not lights. A lot of models that were made by Geo for his renders. Placed in here.
Geo. Well, Geo did the furniture, and then I polished them up.
Yeah, there's a lot of like process. A lot of people. Ooh, the door just slammed shut by a ghost. A A lot of people helped out make the furniture. I think I cleaned up a version of some things and then sent them to Donald, who then made versions of some things, like these lights on the
Yeah.
ceiling.
Yeah, and then Mate, he made the thingy, the big fancy easel in the middle of the room. That was used to display half models.
This nice big boy right here.
This room is going to be used to display a bunch of stuff pertaining to like information about the construction of the ship, specifically how we're going to build the ship. So it'll be a more interesting space in the future, full of information.
Yeah, imagine it
In a
like
way,
the THG story room, kind of.
yeah, in a way, it's our presentation room.
Diana's over
We can
here.
we can go back to daylight in here just because the room looks nice in daylight.
Oh my God.
Have it so that the sun's coming through the windows.
I'm inspecting Diana first. There's a little bit too much blur.
Oh wow. Okay, yeah. Tyler, if you're watching, we gotta adjust the blur a little bit.
Yeet. Okay.
I'll bother him later.
All right. You want me to go back to?
Go back to daylight. Just have the sun coming in the direction through the windows. Oh,
There
you
we
just
go.
threw her on the table.
I usually just throw Diana all over the place now at this point. RMST better not let me get like within 5 feet of her. Okay, there we go. Ooh, look at all the dust in this room. That's nice.
But yeah, this is my favorite room in the building. I mean, there's not many, but it's a
Telegram,
fun
iceberg
space,
warnings.
especially with furniture.
Yeah, I had a nice afternoon tea party in here back in 2018 with the CEO of this place. I got Diana again. We're going with her. We're going outside with her. We're gonna throw her somewhere.
Oh yeah, we're gonna go now. We're gonna head over. We can put her with the other Diana that's in the joinery shop.
No, I can't open the door without. That's interesting. Okay, grab Diana. Okay, yeah, I'll go to the. Wait, we still have to go outside though.
Yeah. Let's go outside on the street and take a look around there.
Just me and my statue. All right, bye, Diana. This big entranceway, which is how it is today. Oh, it's a bright, hot day out here. Let's quickly change it to a nice rainy day. A rainy morning in Belfast. Okay. Here's our Renault. Hello there. How are you guys doing? You're getting wet.
You can switch it tonight if you. Oh, did you switch it tonight?
I switched it to the morning.
You might want to switch it to a different part of the morning so that the lights go on.
Oh, the lights. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
It's 4:30 in the morning. There we go. Oh, I like this better, yes.
Once it rains and you get lights on there, it looks really cool.
I have light rain at the moment.
There we go. Very atmospheric.
Victoria Street.
So yeah, we got these trams out here you can take a look at.
How the heck do I get up here?
You'll have to jump onto. Okay, so the tram is tricky. That's not. Yeah, you jump on there, and then if you want to go up, you'll need to crouch and then go up the stairs.
Okay. Here we go.
You also need to crouch before going into the cabin, the lower cabin.
How do they even? I mean, this is accurate, but how do they even get around with this big post in the middle? Oh, one side goes that way. No, wait, what is? I'm confused. Oh yeah, there's stairs on either side.
They might not have crossed it. They might have just came up either side. Possibly, maybe. I'm not sure.
I'm getting soaking wet up here. Yeah, they probably did that. Oh, this gives a nice view.
Do not attempt to go down the stairs again, or you'll get stuck.
I will not. I'll jump off the tram.
I'll have to figure out later on something for like how to maybe get on the trams.
Yeah, like Robin just said, we're too tall right now still. Oh, they're having a nice conversation over here.
The dream in the future is that eventually we'll need to have the fitting out wharf there. Like Titanic will be there, but you could still potentially go back to the main yard, and it would be cool to take the tram up there or something. That's a distant future thing.
Where's the that was the other car? I couldn't get close to it. The other car we just bought off Fab the other day. Oh, he's an interesting guy. His hair is a little
Obviously, this scene is probably a little too modern looking. Like, you wouldn't. There wouldn't be that many cars, I think, at this point.
more horses and buggies.
There'd be more. Yeah, there'd be a lot of trams, more horses.
Oh, bye, Spammels. Thanks for joining today. It's nice to talk to you the other day too. Don't worry, our stream's almost over in like a couple minutes.
Yeah, we'll be finishing up soon.
We're wrapping up. It's hot. Okay, I'm gonna go to.
All right, go into the joinery shop, and you might want to change it back to day. You can keep the rain maybe if you want, but change it back to day.
Whoops. I'm gonna change it back to clear, partly cloudy. No, I'm gonna do overcast, and I'm gonna go to 12:41.
It might be too dark. We might still need to make it sunny, but we could try.
Yeah, we'll go cloudy. Let's see what happens. Oh, it got really bright in here. Pretty. Okay, we're getting there. Wait, where's that door? Oh, this one doesn't have a door in the front? Oh, for God's sake. There we go. I'm out. I'm outside. Which fake ship is this over here being built? Along Olympic?
SS Patriotic, I think.
It's Patriotic? Okay. Okay, I'm inside the joinery shop now. It's pretty bright, but I'll turn it up if we have to change it.
All right, so it's up to you to look around and tell us what some of this stuff is.
This is a linen cabinet that Mateo made. It's in the bathrooms of first class private and public bathrooms to store some toiletries. You got different versions of them, oak and mahogany, and under construction. We got those fans that we were looking at before in the pictures, made by Jason. Still made some textures on the label because we know exactly what the label was because they recovered parts of a fan with the label on there. So we were able to copy that label exactly from the same company. We got some benches. We'll decide at the last minute what color to paint the benches, or if not, the color to paint the benches and leave them black or bronze or whatever. Our ship's helm. This is from the helm in the wheel, not the wheelhouse, the bridge itself, not the telemotor. But this was done by the benches were a hodgepodge. I believe Mateo did some and Daniel did some. Like Daniel did some of the ornate carving of like the little pig nose and the base. This one is the helm and the stand are done by Jordan. We don't have the finished texture around the helm, where it would say like rose whatever works. I'm not a Titanic expert. I don't know things. Grand staircase architrave carving that Daniel did. It's in 3D now versus the texture that it was before, which was kind of flat. No offense to Kyle, it's just limitations. Daniel's space heater from the first class cabins. I believe it's Daniel's. I think it is, yeah. I just saw one of these in person in June in Orlando. All crushed up, but still. It's nice to see one kind of the way it was. I guess they're very delicate. Well, if you're dropping one 2.5 miles to the ocean floor, they're delicate. Tim made these. They are the grills in the first class corridors amidships, B and C deck. They're fancier. Another Daniel model in progress. We can have the bottom half because the bottom half is the same, but the top portion of this column will change based on its location in the reception room. But these are the reception room column bases, and you can zoom in on the detail of these. And right now, I believe they're just a texture in Demo 401, but these are real carvings right here, 3D carvings. A piano bench by Steven. Oh, no, sorry, this is not the piano bench. This is the bench in the gymnasium by Steven, just made nicely because it was available to make. He made some other gymnasium fittings, like I don't think it's in here yet. The wrist exercisers are a piece of equipment we didn't have in Demo 401 even. This is also made by Steven. It's a nicer version, more accurate, detailed version of the grills in the doors on D deck between the reception room and the dining room, and the reception room and the entrance, the boarding entrances. So I guess you can call these the reception room grills. A various collection of electrical fittings that Donald made. So we have, I believe I can pick up and inspect this. This is the heater switch.
Yes, a few objects you can pick up and inspect.
It's a little funky right now. Sorry, Tyler. With the zoom, with the blur, a suggestion that we just made to him was to have it so that it blurs and you pick things up. But right now, unfortunately, it's a little too much blur. We'll modify that. It's like just a tiny little circle around the center of the screen is unblurry. Well, we'll see. But yes, this is another broken record right now. The heater switches in Demo 401 are just a circle and a triangle, so this is so much more accurate and detailed. But these are also light fixtures and outlets that Donald made, a collection of them that would go in first class rooms and staterooms again. Over here, there's nothing. Over here, there's nothing. But over here, we have some miraculous light fixtures, which are connected to electricity without any wires. But no, they're Daniel made these. These are the sconces from the first class lounge. So much more detailed than the ones that are in the demo right now, which I think are yeah, they're geo models, but they're done mainly for rendering. Another Daniel model is this drinking fountain. We got some panels, which I gave to Kyle really quickly to make some mock-ups, but then he decided to explode the panels and make it so that the panels themselves were kind of on display, which was fun. Thanks, Kyle. That's how the basic paneling would be made. And then, yes, we have this is a piano that Steven made, second class entrance piano on C deck. And next door, I forgot the multiple turners here that Daniel made for the Marconi room. So we're remaking all the Marconi room assets to be more detailed. Some funky things going on there, but we'll figure it out. Vicente made these these doors right here. These doors are for the stalls to the bathrooms, the toilets, the WC doors. I don't think we have his locks in yet, do we? No. Jordan made this chair, which is used throughout the ship. Just a very basic cafe type chair, or bentwood chair. Vicente's fire hydrants. Titanic had a bunch of fire hydrants around the ship. You can see some on the boat deck today under some rust. Firefighting and deck washing hydrants. There's the piano bench that Steven made with the actual pattern fabric. And the reception room, B-deck reception room piano that was taken off of Olympic and put on Titanic, probably. A few more helms from Jordan. We have some newel posts for second class that Daniel made right here, and I think now we can go upstairs to the rest of the joiner. Wait, let me make sure. Yeah, I think we can go upstairs now. Not everything is in yet. There's still a lot. There's like over 100 and oh yeah, I forgot some things over here. Oh god. Light fixtures from Seba right here, these three. And some Jordan model. Oh, I can pick up the Turkish bath light that Jason made back in the day. So you can see the details on the Turkish bath ceiling light. Yeet. Some doorknobs. Made by Vicente. This is the fancy one that was used in first class. So it has this nice pattern on it. This is the basic version that was used in first class. Put that back. No, I dropped on the floor. Don't tell Lord Perry. This is the emergency lantern. You don't see that in any photos, but it's down there at the bottom of the rec site. This emergency emergency lantern was positioned around entrances to corridors, near doors to the outside the ship, and they were lit at night. Still an old school method of making sure in case the power died, people could still get out of the ship. So these are scattered around the debris field, so we know that they were on Titanic indeed. Thank goodness the ship sank in a spot where we could find it. And these tiny little guys, tiny little menu holders with the star, the white star that Steven made, one of the first models he made for us. Now I'm going to go upstairs. I think I explored everything, and now I'm going to go upstairs. This is where we get the concept of the mock-ups happening, where you can see we have some furniture and fitting on paneling. So this is all assets from the Adams cabin, the Adams sitting room, B51. The drawer's taken out of this one. I think Monte made this, and
worth noting that some of these are they're actually old objects, but they're up here.
These are old. Right? These are old guys right here. These wicker chairs.
Some of this is demo 401 stuff.
Yeah. But right here we have the needle bath that Ben made. You can go in the needle bath and you can take a little shower. Got some older assets there, and we got Seba's lifeboat over here though. So this lifeboat's is in two spots. So both of the emergency cutters, even though I think they're both number 2, are in the Alpha to explore. It's a lovely model. Now, Kyle, where is the molding loft? We can wrap up things there because I've never been to the molding loft.
Well, you got to leave the joinery shop.
Okay, I'm leaving the joinery shop.
Walk. And just the direction you took from the offices to the joinery shop, just keep going in that direction until you get to where the buildings, where there's that corner, the angle, and then you'll see like a doorway into the angled shed.
Okay.
With the staircase that goes up.
I went the wrong way. I went too far. There's a question. If we can answer, we'll answer some questions. There's going to be a rapid fire FAQ video coming out at the end of the month of a bunch of questions that have been asked on one of our YouTube posts. Oh, I found the angled building. So if you have hopefully the basic questions are going to be re-answered again, and now they're going to be available to go through always. But if anyone has any questions right now, we'll answer some at the end of our stream here. One question, I don't know if you can answer, Kyle, I see, is what is the resolution of our textures or materials?
It varies a lot, but it goes up to 8K, but a lot are 4K or some are 2K.
Oh, this is fun.
Some old stuff is lower.
Oh, how fun is this room? Oh, there's people coming to join us. Wow, okay. All right. Oh, maybe not. Maybe they're going to leave. But it's
there's a guy.
Yeah, exactly. This is crazy to think. Wait a minute, she is a big lady. I know F deck was small, but it wasn't that small.
Yeah, again, the scale of the drawing is correct. So yeah, the people are just too big.
We got let's work on that a little bit. We'll talk to Tyler Monday. This is fun. I am way too tall for Titanic as well.
Well, no, in saying that, she looks, if she were to lay down on the ground, she would probably look more like it, right? When you look at her standing there from the side, she looks like she's way too tall, but like she wouldn't fit on the deck. But if she were to lay down on like her side, or you could like compare it that way.
She's still like 8 feet tall, I think.
Yeah.
She's standing, if you lay her down on F deck, hang on. How do I go down?
Oh yeah, I goofed up on the thing. That's not Orlop deck. That's not. That's not. The
Oh yeah,
deck.
yeah.
The deck label. Don't look at the deck labels. I
Don't look
messed
at
that
the deck.
up.
Don't look at the deck labels.
I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know Titanic.
We're not. We're fake. We're fake people. We're not real Titanic enthusiasts, as you know. But yeah, she looks a little too tall. Yeah, Titanic Honor Glory has been being made for a long time because it's not a AAA game studio with hundreds of people working on, and it has gone through some different developments over the ages, to a point where we don't want to have to redo everything. So that's why we're making it this way now.
Yep. So just to be clear, what you're seeing now is THG. Like, it's like right now it's not on Steam yet. We're waiting on it to be approved and all
Oh
that.
yeah, did we mention that? We did talk about that, right?
Yeah, so you have to download it manually from the site, and it's in a very early alpha stage, and the ship is far from complete, and you know, all the usual caveats. But like, this is THG, and the stuff that's added to it makes it more THG as we go along, and more of the ship is done. Like this is THG, regardless of what distribution platform you get it on. Or how complete or incomplete it is. Like this is THG. Like it's out now.
Yeah.
It's just a massive work in progress. So you know, just over time it gets updated with more content as we finish more of the ship and whatever, more features and all that.
I'm trying to get to Titanic slowly, but yes. Because you can get on Olympic if you try. But indeed, that's our Titanic right there. This is our Titanic for THG. There she is in all her glory. All her honor and her glory. But yes, indeed, I think we'll wrap it up right about now. Oh, yes, Kyle?
By the way, you can make the free cam go faster by pressing plus or minus.
Oh. Which plus?
Earlier.
Oh, there we go. That one. Not the game. Yeah, okay, there we go. Yeah, look at me. I'm flying. I'm flying, Jack. So indeed, this is our. Here we are, the Battle of Titanic. She'll get there eventually. We'll get there one day. Oh, fisheye. But for now, you know, we want to do it right. We just hope that people enjoy this process of making the ship. You know, it's not all the time where you can just witness the history of. I mean, we're not like getting it down. You know, we're not showing the ship being built beam by beam, but we're still building it in a way that is essentially accurate to how the ship has to be made. So it is appropriate to put her here. What did I miss, Robin? Robin says I missed something, and that's will be the last thing I look at.
Yeah, what did we miss?
I don't even know. There's a Renault down there. We looked at the cat. There's Jenny right there. She's walking around. She's having a good time. Meow. There's Olympic, and there's all of Belfast. We're eventually going to make all of that, including all the hills. We're going to create the entire. Oh, it's not in here yet, Robin. We're going to wait until it's.
Yeah. We don't have any screenshots of it yet. It's not in here.
I know. I'm sorry. It's not in here yet. I mean, if you send me a screenshot right now, I'll quickly post that last thing. I mean, it's going to be in the Patreon update, of course. Look, there's a guy. There's a fire hydrant. Some people would say that that's good enough, but it's not that accurate, really.
Yeah. Yeah, we wait.
We wait.
We'll show it when we're more ready to show it.
Yeah, that's all. We talked a lot about your blackout, though. Don't worry. I think well, I don't know if we emphasized it enough, like how important it actually is, this blackout, because it's kind of like testing our entire theory about how this is going to work together. it obviously is gonna make sense to put. Oh, I'm back here. Well, yeah.
Yeah, so I think we can go and I don't know, where do we want to end this? Where do we want
Where
to
do we
go
want to
to
end
end?
it? I don't know. That's a good
You know
question.
what? Make it snow and
Kyle likes snow.
and make it night and go into the consultation room.
Okay.
Nice and cozy. The end there.
Okay, I'll get there and then we'll say our last spiel of like what this is all about. You know, this is THG, the alpha, and we're trying to. It's going to be on Steam soon because we are finally getting the Steam approval out of the way. Hopefully, there's no hiccups there. But for now, you can download it via a link that we have that we share on our posts when we talk about the alpha as much as possible. You know, let me change the settings to our nice weather. Kyle, is there anything? Whoop, that's not what I wanted to do. Nighttime. Heavy snow. I don't want to do a blizzard.
Robin, can you point me to the download again for that latest version? I'll look at it soon.
Oh yeah, Kyle, check the thickness of the paneling.
Yeah,
Robin.
that's what I'm at. Yeah, that's what I'm looking. That's
even
what I'm asking.
even though I think we're correct, it's correct with what we have because it was from Christoph, one of our friends who has a lot of he has a lot of art. He has a lot of Olympic artifacts, and he shared his information and stuff. You can see one of his exhibits in Poland. If you didn't have the blockers, you could jump in the water and sink below the map. This is true. This is a secret. Frank's just here dropping truth bombs. I'm reading some of the chat really quickly. I'm glad your interest in Titanic was relit, Marcus. It's a thing that's doesn't go away as much as you try. You know, it's a bug that stays with you as you get older. Heather's saying, you know, a little like break room or something would be interesting. You know, there's our last team call. Kyle said to me, like, Matt, if I send you the layout for a bathroom, would you make the bathroom? And that essentially would be just so we'd have an excuse to put in like the bath tiles that you see from Titanic and stuff, and once we have them, the toilets maybe, and also just the bathroom fittings that people have made, like Vicente, Mateo, and Phil. We can put their bathroom fittings in our bathroom, even though it's not Harlan Wolf accurate. It's just the Titanic bathroom fittings that we have.
The most important thing is that we can have a flushing toilet.
I know, we're gonna go back to that viral video that started this entire monster thing of walking around the Titanic and fry engine number whatever it was that was made, and they got to the A deck bathrooms for men and they flushed the toilets, and it blew the mind of, I guess, YouTube at the time, back in 2010.
Yeah, that was the first time we ever went viral. I mean, as Lost in the Darkness, everyone was posting that, and they were like, "You should make a Kickstarter."
Yeah. Oh, I get what Frank was saying. Anyway, he wanted me to jump off the edge and go bye-bye. But yeah, we'll wrap it up now. I don't think there's a plan to make the alpha VR at the moment.
No, that's not a big thing right now.
I know
VR is so complicated. You have to practically make things for it.
Yeah. So. When we've made VR exhibits for RMS Titanic Inc., they're traveling exhibits and they're stationary exhibits in Orlando and Las Vegas, but that was something that was done by the animations team, Jack, and it was a different process. It's not like VR where you can decide where to go. It's just to put on the headset and then
and then
look around. So because they were worried about having seasickness, basically. You know,
Yeah.
some people don't handle VR well, so we did it in the way that was easiest on the stomach and the head. That's what we decided for that one, and so we
It's
didn't
like
actually
it's
make a
like
VR proper.
yeah, it's like how that guy, that one YouTuber Danielson said, the human body doesn't like moving without actually moving, which is why VR can be so tricky
I have issues
sometimes.
with VR, so I'm glad that the VR we did was stationary, but we might be changing in the future. So,
But
mhm.
but we have that VR experience on the Queen Mary 2 as well.
Yes, I don't know why
And
that is
that
like that. I don't know how that was made. It was a Derek thing. I think it's just
I think
like,
I think it was just I think even that had to be stripped down somewhat.
yeah, I
Like it's a
did.
demo stripped down demo 3
Hmm.
because it's VR. So yeah.
Yeah, there will be, and Mark, there will be more areas where you're going to see engines and things once they're done and ready to go in to the sheds. And oh, did I miss
And
a
why are
question?
some sheds being made inaccessible? Well, because there isn't really any use for them right now, and it would require adding more detail, and we don't want to do that.
Yeah, it's just to fill out the
If
world.
we ever find ourselves in want of more space, maybe we can open them up. But
Hmm. I mean, once we have even more furniture and fittings done, we're gonna have to find space for them, I guess, if we don't have our ship ready yet. But hopefully, we have our ship um along, so we can move her to the fitting out wharf, as Kyle mentioned, and that's when we're gonna have a whole different. It's gonna look just like Demo 3 again. We're gonna have to take the tram from the offices to the ship. We'll see. But for now, I think we're gonna um we might be wrapping up
oh,
our what
I know what we can do. Make the
what
car drivable. We can have GTA
oh
7.
yeah, that's it. I thought you meant like what we could do now, but yeah, we'll have the car drivable so you can get from the offices to Titanic, and you got to make sure to avoid people and don't you dare hit the cat. So yeah, don't you dare hit the cat.
Get chased by I don't know whatever the cops were at the time.
I don't know Bobby's. Oh yeah, I do have a Bobby NPC plan to get for Jack so that he can put it in Southampton shots and stuff because you can see officers watching the ship. Okay, but yeah,
All
I
right,
want
so
I want to thank
that's it for
everybody
this.
for being here for this THG update stream. Um, we will in probably another 2 months. We will have some more updates on what's going on. You know, there'll be some hopefully some changes to our ship. There'll be more assets made. There'll be just more THG stuff in general. So check us out then. I think it's going to be October. So yeah, it'll be around spooky month, so it'll be fun. Thank you all for the supports. You can check us out on our Patreon. Everything is normal handle slash THG. So Patreon THG. You're here on YouTube Titanic Honor and Glory. Sorry, Titanic Honor and Glory. Titanic HG. God, third time's the charm. Facebook Titanic HG. Yeah. Uh, we're gonna be if you want to check this out again, it'll be broken up into clips on YouTube, and we're gonna have a Patreon post eventually with more updates, because especially like what Robin said, his blackout update. That's the
Yeah,
newest and latest greatest thing that's happening right now is the
and
blackout.
and sometime next week or by next weekend around there, there'll be another update out that'll make all of this new stuff fully public, and there might be a few extra things in there. I know I got Jordan sent me a few new things that I need to bring in there, like the telegraph, I
Oh, the
think, and the
telegraph,
map.
yeah, his new telegraph and his the A frame for the helm of the ship in the
Yeah,
wheelhouse.
so there'll be a few more things.
Exciting.
And
So
of course, if it works out well, maybe they'll even be the first maybe by then the first ever full cabin mock-up,
yes,
sort of. There might not. That's not going to have all the furniture, but
still be pretty cool. But yeah, well, okay, well,
yeah.
check out for those updates. And again, if you want to play this now, you can go to a link somewhere.
A link. Do I have the link?
Do I have the link? Wait, I might have the
What?
link. I have
I
the
don't have
link. The link's there. This is the link where you can download it until it's on Steam. So yeah, uh,
this.
I guess that's it. Thank you guys. Have a great rest of your day and check us out all the social places so you can see updates and see cool things about Titanic and Titanic Honor and Glory. All right. Thank you,
Yep.
Kyle.
Thank you.
And we'll
Thank you, everyone. Have a great night, great week,
take,
and great weekend.
take care.
Good night.